Hello once again, Qui-Gon, Swamp Rats, and anyone else. I was asked if I could do a video just on how to solo P1 of the HAAT using Luke and Raidhan, or Hob as we know him. This will be less of an instructional video and more of just showing how easy it is. There's no real advanced strategy here. It's pretty simple with those two characters. If you've got the right mods on them, I use crit damage, crit chance, and then as much speed as I can get. So let's get it started. I've already done a 0 damage battle, so Grievous may go first. Oh, he did not. Perfect. Alright, we're just going to start off by stunning the V2. Luke's leadership taking effect there. Let's get that tenacity down on Grievous. Simple there. Let Han start to finishing people off. We did not land the buff immunity yet, which we want to land that for sure. And he's going to, yep, that's okay. He'll take a turn. He'll get a few turns here and there. Would have been nice if we could have landed that buff immunity early, but let's get rid of that buff right now. There's our buff immunity we're looking for. So Luke removes 30% turn meter on his basic. Han removes turn meter if they're above 50% on there, so he can remove turn meter with both shots, which is pretty nice. Kind of a bad start. Grievous is getting numerous turns there. So if you can, just avoid hitting Grievous when he's got that below 50% with Han. The reason on that is it gives him a bit of turn meter, but then if he gets that 7th hit on there, he's going to get that full turn meter, and Han won't remove it. I'm not counting the hits for 7 hits. You can if you want to. I just don't see. I've never needed to on there. Just roll the dice. Obviously that was the 7th hit, and he failed to remove turn meter. Han's in trouble. Let's get that tenacity down. Let's get some health back with Han. See if we can avoid the counter. Perfect. See if we can counter, get some health. There we go. Let's get some health back. Alright. Now we'll start doing, he's below the 50%, so we'll just start doing the basic there. Just try to avoid some of those hits. I can use the stun hit there, but again, that's just another hit when he's below that. That's not going to remove turn meter. It gives him a chance to gain that 100% turn meter if it's on the 7th hit. We just try to keep an eye out for when to use the middle attack on there. So Grievous has about 50% turn meter. Han's pretty low on there, so there's a chance, even if we remove the turn meter with the basic, that Grievous will still go before Han does again. In this case, that's not the case. Han's fast enough, he'll make it up. But that's just something we want to keep an eye on when we use that. But we'll go ahead and use the middle attack. Not a ton to talk about. Like I said, there's not a ton of strategy to this. It's pretty simple to do. You can see we've already done close to 20% with very little time invested here. That's a good time to use that middle one. You saw Grievous was pretty close to full. Han was pretty close to empty. Same thing right there. So even if we were to removed the 30% on there with Luke's basic, Grievous probably would have went before Han. So that's a good time to use that middle attack. So he will get some turns. Sometimes it's fun to see just how few turns you can get him to take on there. This can also be done pretty easily with Luke just by himself, especially using the retreat method, if no one else is soloing, of course. And then Luke can solo by himself with some really good RNG. He can get Grievous into, if he's fast enough, into kind of like a turn meter lock. Once everyone else is dead, as long as he's not being resisted, he can just keep removing that turn meter from Grievous, but it's a lot easier to do with Han and Luke together. See if we can get them both to counter and kill him. Nope, that'll work though. And right back at it. So we got 10 turns left. We've done 68% damage, so he's definitely taken a decent amount of turns. Sometimes I've seen him take as few as like 3 when I've done it, but we're still fine. On doing Han stuff. Let's just go ahead and let's get some Luke some protection back there. Sometimes I kind of forget about that because Luke just never kind of dies. I forget to heal him again. Obviously, you want to keep it when he's in offense mode more, just he won't be affected by those taunts, and he also deals more damage. Did not remove the turn meter. Stupid email. Kill him, get rid of the taunt, perfect. He's taunting, but we can avoid that with Luke. Just by doing that, he was taunting because Luke had a debuff from him. Obviously that cleared the debuff, and it also lets Luke avoid taunts. So either way, we're good there. Now Han's going to have to hit him, because again, he had that debuff. That's why we used that middle attack there. Just to make sure we had as little turn meter on Grievous as we could. Taking a lot of turns this morning. That's okay. Good move. No counters from Hob. Nice kill. Get the debuff. Goodbye. It's actually just a little bit better. I mean, if we can keep Grievous next to full turn meter, yeah, obviously if we get resisted, he takes a turn, but it just makes sure that Han's basic is going to be removing that. We're going to drop it here. Han was low. And drop it here. You can kind of tell when he gets his 7th hit on him 100% because you just see that turn meter bar just shoot up. Yep, right there that happened. Han was too low turn meter. It removed turn meter, but Han was too low. Make up for it. No crits. Wowza. Over 90% crit chance on him. we're not going to risk it. We're going to use his middle attack there. Make sure you lose the turn meter. Make sure Han has enough there. Might have been able to get it there if we used the basic and remove the turn meter, but it was pretty low. Han was pretty low, so let's bring back our offense. You can see there, Grievous obviously gained his 100%, but Han removed it on there. And technically, he gains the 100% first, and then the turn meter gets removed. That's why you'll see, like, when Luke uses his basic, he still has some left, or he still has some turn meter gone. And that's why with Han, it can work as well, that even though he was below 50%, he goes to the 100%, then he removes it. So we don't really need to like wait on it by using our buff attack there, but I just do. It helps just in case like that second one doesn't hit on there. Alright, so he's got 6 turns left for 25%, so he's taking more turns than he normally does, but we're fine. What we'll start doing here, as we get closer, is we'll try to escape Han first. Han's pretty popular in Phase 4 on there. And if they make it to P2, they may get one escape attempt on there, but chances are they're going to die. And Grievous is going to go here. Perfect. Nice stun. As you can see, there's not just a ton of strategy here. These two make it pretty easy. So, see, now we're in a pickle. He's taunting on there. We need to use Luke's middle, but if we get rid of offense mode, that taunt's going to be there, because that's not coming from a buff. So we will just use our basic there. Oh, Luke, you beautiful, beautiful soul. Speed kills. Nice, easy walk in the park. And again, we can do this a lot faster. I've paused several times because it's hard for me to tap a button and formulate a sentence at the same time, obviously. I'm sure you picked up on that. Alright, Grace got another turn. Right now we can try to start escaping with Han, but we'll go a little bit longer. Just, it would be bad if we're making a video showing off a solo. Not really showing off, just showing how to do on there. And we didn't get the solo in, so. Alright. We'll try our escape with Han there. Oh, he got out. Let's see. We won't do the full solo if we can get Luke out. I think you can understand from 0.85% we can make it. Luke got out. Hey. So we didn't do the full solo, but I think you get the idea there. It pops up. There we go. And while we were waiting on that, the guild is almost done with phase 2. We waited a little bit after the start so we can make sure everyone got their phase 1 in there. All right, that's that. Thanks, guys.